That was one of the problems I was having.
Mr. Chair, I think with the design of the berm, we would ask that there would be, the drainage that serves the building would be extended up to catch that.
Yeah, legally, we're not permitted to restrict, if drainage comes off your property, we can't dam it up and restrict it on your property.
But
We
you
would
are
have to
getting
make some
some
kind of
berm. Putting a berm on your property and some fancy trees and stuff,
It doesn't
is
have to be
damming up my
continuous
property.
berm, but there can be nuances in it to allow the drainage.
I think what they're saying is that they're not allowed to dam that water up and flood your property. They would have to provide a means of getting that water off your site and into that basin.
If it does it
That's
now,
how I see it, that's what I'm looking at.
if the water leaves your property to our property now, we're not allowed to restrict that.
Let's go over to the drawing and see how this would work. By pointing to the berm, right here, your property is nearest to this end right down here.
This is course landing.
Yeah, okay, you're the bottom property.
This is my property.
You're the one up top or the bottom?
Yeah, top.
All right. Means by which water would flow in the same direction it now travels would have to continue, whether that's underground piping or whatever it is. Ultimately, that would go to the pond in the rear. So we're not allowed to collect water on your property. This stream that you've described that comes onto your property will no longer exist. That will be eliminated. So some of the water there that's coming across will no longer exist.
Okay, so the water you're gonna be turning coming into the pond, at the back of this pond, if you look at it, there's a ditch right here, goes all the way down and across my neighbor's property, out to Ports's Landing Road, for any overflow coming out of this pond to wind up
The
here.
pond will have to be enlarged substantially. It'll be essentially a retention facility, and it will serve more than a 100-year storm. So there should be no water exiting from the pond whatsoever.
Okay, well,
And that's the standard we have to
that's
live
one of
with.
the problems I'm having with the whole deal.
But we want to be a good neighbor with you, so we'll be seeing more of you before we finish this project, I can assure you.
Just for your benefit, so you understand, make sure you understand that they're not allowed to dam any water, trap any water that flows off of your property now and have it stay on your site. If it's flowing, sheeting across you now, they've got to get it off of your property. They can't dam it up.
Well,
So they would either have to provide an opening in the dam or a basin or something to catch it and take it to the pond.
putting a berm around there for your trees and noise barrier and all that, that's still telling me I'm gonna have a wall of dirt here, and my ground is gonna be encapsulated. That's what I'm seeing.
What we could do, if you're agreeable to it, we could go on your property and get additional elevations to ensure that we're not going to cause any problems on your property.
And how's this gonna affect the cost of my property, as far as property value?
I don't know.
There was no testimony about that tonight.
Well, I understand that, that's just a question I have. You're gonna do all the development around me. I'm sitting there with a piece of property that I bought thinking I'm out in the country, and now I'm gonna have warehouses around me, berms around me, I'm gonna stay in the city. I mean, how's that gonna affect me if I decide to sell this property? That's what I'm referring to.
Unfortunately, there's nobody here that can answer that. All I can say is that the property is already zoned general commercial. So a commercial development of some sort would be going in there anyway.
If you look at my property, you'll notice that the Carney Point building inspector 13 years ago gave me a permit to build a shop, a garage on the back of my property. At that time, he specifically told me that this is residential property. And I could not have a business because he thought I was going to run a business out of it. And I said, fine, no, it's just a shop, it's my place, right? When you zoned it commercial, we were never notified or told anything, it's just, you're commercial now.
Well, I don't know where, you may not have had that notification, but through the process of master plan review, the entire town was notified that there were zoning changes being made throughout the whole town.
We saw one script in the newspaper saying that was going to be commercial property. Nothing was ever said to us.
You work for
Anybody that would.
It's almost 5 years of
work
work on the master plan.
public meetings, and there was a lot not done.
Well, man, I don't understand what you're talking with me, I'm just a taxpayer that's concerned about some of the
Yeah.
issues here, that's all.
Well, I'm in the same position because I live on Stumpy Lane, right
Right.
off of 40, and my house is now commercial. But I'm hoping that it's going to benefit me.
Well, that's
because,
what I'm hoping too.
you know,
Maybe they will, maybe they won't.
I feel your pain, Mr. Perry. For
Thank you.
17 years, I had one neighbor on one side, and in a year, I'll have neighbors on all four.
Anyone else?
Go ahead.
My name is Dee Shadowon,
Could
SCH.
you just put that down? Yeah, we just gotta make sure we pick you up.
It's always really tall. Dee Shadowon, more.
No, I'm just gonna, I thought you were gonna start and I needed to swear you in.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna start. I'm tired too.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give tonight is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely.
And could you give us your address?
Yes, 108 Route 40. I do want to thank you guys, because I know it was a long day for you guys. Me too. And I always have to do this. And, and I don't mean to delay it, and I was just making notes as we were going through. It's going to be very sporadic, it's like stream of consciousness, and I'm sorry. It's like this. Okay, the berming that you guys are talking about, now I'm across the street on 40. They all figured in. What am I going to see? I'm thinking I'm going to see the glass paintings. Is that right? The reason, same as those guys, I bought my house because I was like, oh cool, look at my house and I get to see field. And I was told, oh yeah, that's the same thing. I was told, oh yeah, it's residential. So now I'm gonna see this, right? It's right.
Where do you live, ma'am? You live
Right
across the
across
street
Oh
on
yeah,
Route 40?
spit right there.
Right here?
The cow spit, yeah.
Okay.
Not right there, I'm like, there's a house, and then there's me.
Okay, so you're kind of over in this area?
Yeah, I'm like right in the middle of the spit. That's great. Okay. So that's that. Thank you. Trucks. This is just an FYI. The trucks that you guys are talking about, I'm not an expert on trucks. I've been trucking for enough time that I do know that the trailers are 53 foot. The tractors could be anywhere between 20 to 36 foot, depending on the wheelbase. They can't do K-turns like real good. They're not in the Volkswagen Bug. I think there's, oh, he's gone. They just can't. So it would have to be really pretty wide. So just you might want to think about it. I mean, if it's good. Okay, that looks fine. This is really good time. All right. Anyway, it's not like I'm complaining about the trucks. I'm just thinking because I feel for truck drivers. I have one as a husband, and I know how hard it is when they're trying to get in and out. So that's just something that you might want to think about for those guys. As far as, okay, it's a great idea to say they can't go westbound. Just go out, right, you know, hang a right and go up and take the next U-lead. Yeah, okay. Left lane to left lane, again, really big trucks. They can't really do that really well, and neither are they allowed to go in the left lane. Oh, they're gonna be in a pickle. That's a
But
mess.
there's a legal U-turn up near the customer
Yeah.
stand that lets you cross one lane of travel rather than four.
Yeah.
She's saying
Think about what you're thinking.
that there's not enough room for.
Yes, there is. It's a legal U-turn.
No, it's fine for you and I in our.
No, that U-turn is designed for trucks and,
Have you ever seen them try to do that? Have you ever watched them?
yes.
Okay. All right, then you saw the best drivers ever, because I've seen them with it.
But